Please bear with me, as I'm trying to fit 3 years of drama into one post. My 22F fiancé at the time, 20FTM, and I had a very rocky start to our relationship. We will call him Alex, and I met over the internet in 2020 when I was 18 and he was 17. We began flirting, and I initially turned him down since I would be entering my second semester of college on campus. My first semester had to be online due to COVID. We were super long distance, and I did not want that added stress or distraction to my school career. Though I told him we couldn't date, we continued to flirt heavily and FaceTime constantly. Over these calls, Alex told me some horrific stories about his ex, we'll call her Leah, and how she treated him. Some examples are not accepting he was trans, dead naming him on purpose to hurt him during fights, threatening him if he wanted to leave, blaming him for her mental health issues, and cheating on him multiple times, one time with her own cousin. About a month into these calls, he told me he was meeting a school friend, and they were going to stay at his place for a few nights. I helped him pick out his outfit and everything. Later on that night, Alex called me in tears explaining how his mom had suddenly forbid him from talking to me for a while because the distance was making him too sad. He told me we could still text, but only in secret over a different platform. This set off many alarm bells for me, so I did some sleuthing and came to the conclusion that he was, in fact, still together with Leah, and she was the vague school friends he had told me about. I was hurt that I had been lied to so blatantly. I had grown fond of Alex and had even directly asked him only days before if he was single. He looked me straight in the eyes and said yes. I told him we needed to talk, and he snuck away to call me and explained that he had tried to get out of the relationship and was still trying to get out, but she wouldn't let go of him and would go to very extreme measures to keep him. Having been in manipulate relationships like this in the past, and also having a debilitating savior complex, I was very sympathetic and told him I would help him out of it and be there for him in the process. Unfortunately, committing to this meant facing her wrath as well, being publicly shamed and labeled a homewrecker, and ultimately dropping out of school to focus all of my energy on Alex. Terrible idea in hindsight, I know, but I was 18 and naive. For the next 5 months, Leah did everything in her power to get Alex back. She spam called, blackmailed, even going as far as faking her own death to get his attention. She finally stopped, and I flew to Alex and Leah's country about 9 months in. While I was there, I found out that Alex was, again, still in a relationship with Leah. He had been with both of us off and on the whole time, submitting to her manipulation and manipulating me in the process. Alex had told me a couple of times before I arrived that he was visiting a friend or his grandparents when he was actually going to visit her. Everything I thought Leah was doing to get Alex back was actually still to keep him from leaving because he kept trying so he could be with me in peace. This was very hard for me. I was so angry and hurt, but I kept my cool and tried my best to be understanding and empathetic. I had to keep my Instagram account private to keep her from seeing that I was in the country, so she didn't drive to us and hurt me. I later found out that it was because Alex had told Leah that we had broken up and didn't want his cover blown. One random day, Alex told me I could make my account public again and finally post with him because it had been enough time for Leah to get over it. Leah told me later this was the day she broke up with him, so I'm assuming he partly wanted to indirectly shove it in her face that we were together through my post. After months of this madness, I went back home to my country, and things were finally calm and peaceful. Or so I thought. About a year later, a few months after Alex and I got engaged, Leah wanted to talk things out with me. She'd met me on Instagram, and Alex convinced me to hear her out. We ended up talking all night about the whole situation from the year before, and she was actually very pleasant and latched onto me in a way, suddenly treating me like a best friend. I didn't really know what to do. Truthfully, I was scared of her, so I just went with it to keep her calm and happy. Leah and I were friends for about 2 months until she met her, now ex-girlfriend, and she stopped texting me as much. We were distant for quite some time. In the months that followed, Alex and I went through another very rough patch in our relationship. This is a lot of complicated drama that I will not get into right now, but comment if you want to know more, and I will gladly share. Alex made a new 16-year-old best friend that lived very close to him. He slowly began to prioritize and show public affection to the new friend in a way that was very concerning for me. Alex was giving me less and less, and the new friend more and more to the point where they moved in together, and he barely contacted me for a couple months. This absolutely emotionally wrecked me, and I so badly wanted to talk to Leah about it because it felt a little too similar to our situation in the beginning. I refrained from doing this because I was afraid of what Leah would say or do to Alex. Over the summer, I visited Alex for a little over a month, and we decided to meet up with Leah and her girlfriend. Let's call her Ellie. We honestly had a great time with both of them. Everyone was friendly, and we were so glad to have some closure and leave the hate and hurt in the past. I went back to my country again, and things with all of us seemed fine. This is, until Leah confessed to me that she had a crush on a different girl and was pursuing her behind Ellie's back. Leah asked me what to do, and I told her to break things off with Ellie, since she clearly wanted someone else. Leah refused, claiming that she really loved Ellie and didn't want to lose her or hurt her, but needed to see things through with this crush. She kept telling me she now understood why Alex took so long to choose between us. I told Alex this, and he was, ironically, appalled and kept saying someone needed to tell Ellie because we both really liked her, and this was unfair to her. We were both too scared of Leah's reaction, so we stayed quiet. After about a month of this, I saw Ellie posting on her private story about how she was feeling crazy and irrational for being concerned and jealous about this new crush Leah was lying to her about, and I decided to check in on her. I messaged her asking if she wanted to talk about it, and we ended up texting for hours. Ellie told me that Leah had borrowed money from her to go meet an old friend later that week. Leah had told me she was meeting the new crush that day. You can imagine the memories this triggered for me. I couldn't take it anymore, so I came clean and told Ellie that her suspicions were correct. Leah was, in fact, cheating on her with this new crush, and she was meeting her. Ellie also confirmed that Leah's near-death experience that sent her to the hospital that I had presumed to be a lie was fake, and that she had even bragged to her about it. I texted Alex excitedly that I had finally told Ellie like he said someone should, expecting him to be happy and relieved. Instead, he was absolutely furious with me. He said that I had put his safety at risk by telling Ellie because if Leah found out, she would take it out on him and not me. After everything we had been through with her, he couldn't believe I would be so careless. I was absolutely floored. I had no idea this would be his reaction. I told him that I was so sorry I hadn't anticipated the potential impact on him and that I would do everything in my power to prevent Leah from finding out I was the one who told Ellie. Alex said that it was too late. Leah would find out no matter what, and that if she threatened him again, it would be my fault. This left me completely dumbfounded. Alex had never spoken to me like this before. I believed him at first. I couldn't believe that after 3 years spent protecting Alex from Leah, I would just hand him right to her like that. Alex did not speak to me for a week after that. It was heartbreaking that after everything I forgave him for, all of the times I had comforted him after I had found out he lied, after everything I gave up just to make sure he was happy, protected, and taken care of, he would ice me out over this. It was like none of my past efforts mattered to him anymore. I spent the week that he was icing me out to sit back and look at our relationship. Helping Ellie through everything with Leah made me realize that my situation with Alex and his new best friend was very similar. How could I tell Ellie she deserved better while allowing myself to settle for someone who was treating their best friend as a partner and me as an acquaintance? Alex and I called the end of the week and I expressed all of this, and we both agreed that we needed to take a break until he was ready to treat me like a partner again. 2 days into this break, Alex called me and told me he had confessed feelings to his friend, and she confessed back, so we broke off the 3-year relationship and 1-year engagement over a Skype call of all things. Alex and the now 17-year-old friend went on their first date the next day and officially became a couple 1 month later, the day before Alex's 20th birthday. Alex and I met exactly on his 17th birthday in 2020, so this one really hurt. They are still together to this day. Apologies for the long post, but the background information is vital to understanding both of our sides. All of this happened a year ago, and I still feel a little guilty. Was I the asshole? Was his anger towards me justified? Leah never found out. To this day, she does not know. I am hoping that this post does not end up on TikTok and make it to her FYP. She will recognize this story for sure. Maybe I am an asshole all over again for writing this post and opening back up the possibility of her finding out and taking it out on Alex, but at this point I don't care. It's been a year, and my sympathy for him has run very low. I am through protecting him.